Weekend live cooking show. We are doing the highly famous, very much requested 10-minute meals to start the January off right. And surprise, if you're not part of our cooking show membership and you're here, that's because we're airing this for everybody, because we want you to see how easy and delicious cooking healthy can be. I'm Reeves, I'm your co-host. We have Dylan.
Hello everybody, welcome. We are streaming to the whole wide internet. This is just our first show of our free trial, so we like to stream those to everybody, so you're getting it now. But what you won't get if you're not a member yet are the recipes. If you're a member and you've signed up for our free trial, or you're just an ongoing member, thank you. We will be sending out these recipes we're going to be making today a few hours after the show. But yes, we are making a whole bunch of 10-minute meals today. Or less, some might be a little more, but who's counting? You can count.
11.5-minute meal.
You can hold me to it. I'm afraid this first one we're gonna make is the one that's actually longer than 10 minutes, so actually I'm gonna switch it. We're gonna go right to the definitely 10-minute salad. And then we'll do this one when you guys start to believe me and I have some credibility with you. And then I'm gonna push the 10 minutes a little. But that's just because there's a little bit of chopping on that one. Anyway, we are doing a free trial of our membership. If you don't know about it, we do this kind of thing right here. No editing, live streaming, cooking show with all kinds of camera angles. We got that. We got the cutting board cam. We got the stove cam. We got the Reeves cam. And we even got the hangout cam in case I want to just
bust out a rant.
Yeah, in case we just want to take a break from cooking. You know what I mean? So yeah, we got all kinds of things going on. Look at those camera angles. We do a pretty good show, I think, you know, technologically speaking. I think the content is actually good too. We're in the chat. If you have anything you'd like to talk about, just hit us up in the chat. And yeah, what else you want to do? Should we do a giveaway? I forgot that I could do a giveaway. I should pull that up. Reeves, any comments you want to talk about? Give us a little rundown of what you get in the show, Reeves. So really fast before we start cooking for anybody who doesn't know. I'm going to it right there.
Oh, okay. Well, first of all, you get, even if you're a free trial member, you get access to all of our past replay videos and recipes, not just the ones during your free trial. You get all of the back episodes. Community interaction is probably the most important one. Everyone that's here right now in the chat, you guys are what makes this show and membership valuable, because it's all about learning from each other. Dylan and I are not the experts, we're just the coordinators. We've coordinated an event for you today, but this is a collaborative effort and we're all gonna come together and use your suggestions and tips along the way to make a perfect recipe. And that's why we don't send the recipes out before the show, is because we wanna have some time to perfect them with your insight, and then we send them out after the show. So don't take notes, just sit back and relax. Make sure you've had a little snack to eat, because you're gonna get hungry watching this.
Did you mention the discount?
I did not.
There's a 10% discount, by the way, folks. Don't miss it. You get a 10% discount on everything you buy in the store. And right now we are also doing a deal on our cookbooks. You don't have to buy them in a bundle, by the way. That's just the image that I had up right now. But we are doing a cookbook sale. So if you're a member and then you go buy our cookbooks, you'll get an extra 10% off of the already discounted cookbooks that are discounted by 10 bucks. So it's $10 off all of our cookbooks right now. And I want you to join us. Try it out. There's nothing that's... We also, by the way, if you don't want to continue your membership after, we make it very easy to cancel. We don't play the game that you see from, well, like when I tried to cancel the internet at your grandma's house yesterday. I had to spend like an hour just convincing them to allow me to cancel. My goodness, what awful people. Anyway.
Can someone who used the free month in the past and was a member for a while still get the free membership? Or is it just first timers?
This isn't just first timers. You can sign up if you've tried it before. I want you to stick with us, but yes, there's no code or anything required for this one. We've done a code in the past, like when we'll give it to you in your food order, and that one you can only use once, but this one you can sign up when we do our free trial in January. So you're here, enjoy, and we hope we'll convince you to stick with us, because we have the most amazing community, and sticking to a healthy diet and lifestyle requires more, in my opinion, than just yourself. And I'm a pretty strong guy, and even I have a lot of trouble if I'm just working by myself and to stick to it. I need the support of others, so we're all here
I'm
together.
the only one doing this kind of weird thing, which shouldn't be weird. It should be the norm, but yet here we are.
Also, don't forget, we are now shipping to Canada. We've had a great success. Our Canada orders ship very quickly too. They ship express, FedEx Express, so not ground, so they get there really quickly. So try it out. I think you'll be pleased. We haven't had any hiccups with Canada orders, and I've been so happy about that. What else can I tell you? Well, that's mostly what I've got to say right now. We're gonna get cooking. Are you ready, Reeves? Any other questions before we rock?
No, let's rock and roll.
Oh, by the way, I
Yeah.
do have one other thing I want to mention, and that is our January challenge. This is our January challenge month. When we do our free trial, is the same month always as we do our January challenge, because this is when we're trying to get people back on track, in case you're not lately, back on track with your healthy eating. If you do follow us, if you do download the January challenge there at that link, you'll get a whole workbook explaining it. What it comes down to is pick some habits that are going to help you get toward your goals. Pick how often you're going to do those habits, track them on this calendar, and let's root each other on. And we're going to pick some winners at the end. Make sure you're on our email list. We'll explain all the contests and things like that. But I don't want to make you wait too long to get to the cooking. So let's cook. We are making, anything else?
I am here not just to be a pretty person in the corner of the screen. I'm here to read aloud your questions, comments, suggestions. So a lot of people like to chat in the chat box with each other, which is great. Sometimes you guys aren't even paying attention to us or Dylan, and that's pretty funny too. But if you have an actual question you want me to read out loud, put like a bunch of emojis or something so I don't miss it.
She still reads other things aloud too, but if you like want yours read aloud.
Yeah, and if I miss it, don't be offended. Just put it in again.
Okay, none of the, actually, one of them I did practice, but so I cheated a little. But the rest of these we're doing for the first time right now. Okay, I've come up with a little plan. I do my little chicken scratch on my note cards on my scratch paper, my recycled scratch paper, and I've got a pretty good plan I think is going to work. But if you have ideas, let's collaborate on this, add to it, maybe take away if there's whatever it is. Let's work together and tell me your ideas. We're doing a 10-minute meals contest, by the way. Cass, throw that in the chat.
Oh yeah,
because that is, I want, now that you're in this show here and you're going to be thinking about 10-minute meals a whole bunch, I want you to submit your favorite 10-minute meals. You know, call it what you will. Your fast, easy meals that aren't a recipe, you know, per se. These are going to be recipes, but they're like so fast and easy. But like your fast go-to meals that anybody in standard American land would look at you like, that's too simple. And we're like, yeah, I know, and look at my health. So send in those 10-minute meals, and we're going to be picking winners. The first winner we'll pick is our show 2 weeks from today, or actually yesterday when we do our hangout, we'll pick some people. And again, 2 weeks after that, we'll pick another. Or maybe it's 3 weeks after, whatever it is for the next show after that, because February is a weird month. Okay, are we ready?
Yeah.
Number one, we're going to make a curried chickpea salad, okay? Now, you can start your timer. Well, it's not fair because I stop and we talk and stuff. You know, I'm not just like going as fast as I can through these recipes because how good of a show is that? But for the most part, I think we're going to be able to get you to like 10 minutes. If you're really slow and new, call it 20 minutes. That's still pretty good, right? But
yeah, don't be mad if it's 20 minutes. It's still way faster than everything.
Right. The point here is the fastest darn cooking you can do that still gets you the nutrition and the health that you seek. Okay, that's the point of these shows, and we're happy you're here. So let's jump into it. We've got a can of chickpeas. We've already opened this thing and rinsed it and drained it, as you can see. And I just put it back in the can, or Reeves did. No salt added. Can I actually get it to zoom like I'm oh wow, that was fast for me. No salt added is really important in my opinion for beans because beans, tomatoes have so much added salt in the can. So you think, oh, I'm eating this really simple one ingredient thing, but it's got so much salt that it's going to affect your blood pressure, and we don't want that. So try to at least rinse it a lot. You'll get a lot of salt off like that, but you won't get all of it. Throw in your can of chickpeas. And I'm going to grab the potato masher, and we're just going to mash this a little bit. It's a chickpea salad, which is kind of, you know, a little mash, kind of a coarse texture. You know what I mean? So check this out, and I'm just going to mash a little with my potato masher. Now, you can double this. This isn't a huge a huge recipe that I'm making here. So feel free to double this and make enough for a couple of days. But like this is an easy, fast, quick, one meal and you're done kind of thing. Our soup that we're gonna make, I think, is more like a couple of meals, at least. Okay, how do you like that? Any comments or questions?
It's looking good. We got some comments here. Flooding my body with plants has allowed me to not only get off all my medication, but has put my Crohn's disease in remission after suffering for 35 years.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing that story. I love that. In fact, I wish I'd have asked others to do it. You just did it without us even asking. Share some success stories. We'd love to hear your wins. Celebrate some wins. We were going to start doing that on our Hangouts, and we kind of forgot yesterday to ask people to share their wins. So yes, this is a great opportunity. We're wide to the whole internet. So share some wins in the chat, and Reebs will read them along the way. I'd love to hear how you're doing with your plant-based diet. If you're new to this, let's hear about that. Don't be ashamed to be new and doing a bad job, okay? I'm not new, and I still do a bad job. So don't be afraid to take this on slowly, gradually, at your pace, and get where you need to be. But just don't take too long, okay? We want you to get to wellness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you mind by just flirting with the plant-based diet, courting it maybe?
Just testing
this out. Didn't go steady yet?
We've got here a bag of shredded carrots. I'm trying to make it fast and easy. We're gonna play with some frozen things later and stuff like that. But
easy chickpeasy.
Easy chickpeasy salad. That's pretty funny. We might need to keep, we have, most of our names I feel like we take from you. I'm gonna throw in like a cup. Am I gonna measure it? No, that was like maybe 3/4 of a cup. There we go, a cup of shredded carrots, okay? Boom. Now I'm gonna chop a rib of celery, and we'll do a little bit of red onion. I don't know how much yet. We'll just figure it out as we go. This is just one little rib of celery. I'll take the funky ends off. And what I like to do is just kind of strip this lengthwise a couple of times, especially on the thick ends, the rooty end, and then just boom, boom, boom. Let's just slice it up, just like that.
Nice.
Yeah, go ahead.
When I first started in 2015, went whole food plant-based, SOS-free for 30 days, and dropped cholesterol 52 points.
30 days, 52 points, wow. That's pretty impressive. I dropped my cholesterol by like, 30 points in a month when I first did my very, very first month. There is a nice little handful of chopped celery going in the pot. That was just one rib. Okay, a red onion. Let's see how much we want. I'll start with a half. That's too much. I think we'll probably want like 1/4 of a red onion. We'll go with that.
Maybe you can check my audio, because sometimes people are saying it sounds weird and other times no.
Let's put the headphones on.
I hope it's not my necklace
it could be that.
Hitting the mic. I could take off my necklace if it's that.
You sound so good.
Or my hair.
It sounds perfect.
Okay, let me know, you guys, if it sounds weird, because we'll work on it. But we did get new mics, so I hope it doesn't sound weird.
When you moved there, I thought maybe I could have heard something. But no, that's it, right?
Yeah.
No, it sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, but we'll see what happens. Cass is listening too, and she'll tell us if it's funky, and we'll come back and listen. Take note of the timestamp, Cassandra, and we'll come back and listen if it's bad. Okay, red onion.
It's a live show, you guys.
We're live. We're doing it live. Let's chop up a little red onion. This is just 1/4 of a little red onion, a medium red onion, let's call it. And let's see, that's probably going to be plenty. I like to, chop it up pretty small, so that you're getting sort of a blended taste of onion, not just big chomps of onion. So
wow, Shannon, I found you guys 24 hours ago. So excited.
Oh my gosh, 24 hours ago. How? Was there more to it? Did I interrupt you?
No, you'll have to tell us how.
Yeah, how'd you find us, and why'd you find us? And we're glad you're here. We're just gonna mince this up.
Lots of people's first time watching live. So.
Oh my gosh. Well, please sign up for our show, and we're going to be doing this again in 2 weeks, and we do it twice every single month. This is our 100 and what? What is this? 156? 157? I forget. But it's been a lot. We've been doing this since 2018.
It's 157.
Since before COVID made live streaming popular.
Yeah, we paved the way.
Oh yeah, we invented live streaming actually. Okay, that looks like a perfect amount of red onion to me. Check that out. We
Oh,
got
that's beautiful. Bowl.
beautiful colors, chickpeas, carrots, celery, red onion. This is nice. This is nice.
Karen says, let's do a giveaway. I want a chance at free soup.
We will do a giveaway later. You want soup? Okay, we're going to give away 4 random soups later because they fit in just the right box for my giveaway box. And we'll be doing that a little bit later. So stick around. Don't go away. We'll do it. I want to tell you also, stay to the end because we're doing a really cool, the one I told you I had to practice a little, is a microwave dessert that is microwaved for literally less than 2 minutes. So you're going to love it. Don't miss that one. And we'll do a giveaway right before we do that one, okay? So stay with us. All right. What else was I putting in there? We got the chickpeas here. Oh, I'm going to throw in some cilantro and some raisins or cranberries if you want it. I've got some raisins. And I thought that might be a nice little touch. And a little bit of cilantro. So I'm just going to take, like, the way we do recipes is I don't say like a cup of celery or 4 tablespoons. I say the amount in like human terms. So for cilantro, I say a handful of chopped cilantro. You're gonna chop it with your hands. Why can't we just use the hand as the measuring device?
Also, all of our recipes are so forgiving that if you have small size hands, large size hands, it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
If you have a small, is it a rib or a stock?
It's a rib.
If you have a small rib of celery or a big one, it doesn't matter.
A stock would be many, many ribs.
Yeah.
There's many ribs in a stock. And by the way, I used to screw that up all the time, and it was you guys that were like, bro, it's rib, not stock. And even when I was looking up some recipes to get ideas for the show, I saw people saying the same thing. They say stock when they mean rib all the time. Okay, here is a handful of chopped cilantro right in the pot. Yes, I like to use my knife to scrape. I know, I get comments all the time. Use a bench scraper, you're dulling your knife. I sharpen my knife all the time. That's the life we live, man. We are making healthy food every single day. You're gonna dull your knife. That's like saying, don't drive your car. You'll put too many miles on it. No, drive your car. But I like to move fast. So when I'm using my knife, I really like to practice with my knife. I don't have to practice anymore because I just do this show as my practice. But I like to move very quickly. So when I'm topping, I don't want to have to set this down and then grab something else. And I get into this efficiency kind of mindset.
Okay, I'm cracking up at this question.
Okay.
What's your ETA for being done with this show? I'm trying to plan my next appointment.
We'll be here for a good hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. We just don't know.
We've always called it an hour-long show, and it's never been an hour long.
I think now I actually call it an hour and a half long show. I've learned a little. Because it's pretty rare to be less than an hour and a half. Even
Linda says, a knife-dulling rebel. You go, Dylan.
Thank you, Linda. Appreciate your support. The best darn knife sharpener I've ever found is, and I'm not making money off this. Oh, okay, well maybe Cass will put an Amazon link, so if you buy this, I'll make like 10 cents. But this is the Chef's Choice 15XB. I love this thing. Yeah, you plug it in and you got these 3 slots and it takes no time to properly sharpen a knife. And yes, it works on a Japanese blade as well as it works on a German blade or whatever else. It is amazing. I used to do hardcore sharpening with all these devices and tools and whetstones and scraping back and forth. That thing does it all. I'm getting rid of those things. I keep saying that, but I haven't yet. Rebecca helps me to purge things from my life. She's the purger.
I am.
We got like 1/3 cup of raisins. I'm throwing those in. Okay, you could use cranberries. Maybe Cass can find you the link to our favorite cranberries that are the no sugar and no salt. They're kind of a drier cranberry, so you could like soak them. Raisins, however, are a lot easier to find without any added salt, or sugar or oil. So I used raisins. Okay, let's make a little dressing. And this is the salad. Now we're just gonna make a quick, easy tahini-based sauce. And I'll do that in a little bowl here. Okay, I guess you gave me 2 because you thought I was gonna run this baby dry. But no, I think we got,
yeah.
I think we're close to 3
I didn't look
tablespoons.
inside, I just weighed it with my hand and I got nervous.
Okay, well that spoon is dirty. Let's give this a scrape and see if we actually have My favorite tahini, by the way, is this one from Sprouts. That doesn't mean you all have a Sprouts, but this is the unsalted tahini. I like it because it is not too thick. It's kind of more pourable, except if you don't stir it from time to time, it will get a little thick at the bottom, but that's no big deal. We'll just scrape it a little bit, and I think we might have 3 tablespoons worth. We're about to find out.
A lot of people are wondering about serrated knives and that sharpener.
Oh, I don't remember if it can do anything with serrated knives. Why does that sound familiar to me? I can't answer that. I'll review that for next time. I forget. Because I use my serrated knife so little that I think I've maybe never sharpened it. Because there was this place that used to sharpen knives and they do serrated. I can't remember if that thing, I feel like that would mess up a serrated knife. My guess is that no, you should not do it. But we'll have to get back to you on that. Okay, here we go. We're doing this in a little side container here. There's 1, 2, 3. We got it. Didn't even have to open one. Okay, I'll lick the spoon later. Okay, some lemon. This is off of our gorgeous lemon tree. The most productive tree I've ever had. And I'm gonna squeeze it through a strainer so that I don't get the seeds in there. Oh, actually I could just use this. It's so big that I look at this like it's an orange. This tree makes the biggest lemons. I guess I could use a regular
had like
squeezer.
20
No,
people-
it's not gonna work. It's not gonna fit. So we're
You're
gonna
gonna do
some-
an orange squeezer like juice?
Look at them. They're huge. They're always huge. What am I doing right on that tree that I'm not doing right on one of my citrus trees in the backyard? I don't know. We're gonna do, what did I write down? A half a lemon? Yeah, we're gonna start with a half a lemon. Let's see what happens.
We've had a lot of people come to the door asking for some lemons.
Yeah, and that happens all the time. I'm pretty generous because there's no way I'm gonna be able to use them all. Rinse your strainer after you do that. Nobody likes a crusty strainer. This is a public service announcement brought to you by Well Your World.
Gretchen says, I literally hadn't been to the store in 2 weeks because I was working both holidays and no one else was here. I looked back at last year's 10-minute meals and whipped something up from frozen and canned.
See, 10-minute meals serving everybody all the time. I love that. Happy to hear it.
Lynn says she likes how OCD you are about cleaning the kitchen area while you're cooking.
That's for you more than for me, but thank you. I am really OCD about cleaning the blender and things that get crusty, the potato masher when we did that. But sometimes y'all remind me because I left it and you're like, dude, you need to go clean that blender.
You got something on your shirt.
Right here?
No.
Oh, how did I get that there? Oh, it must have been from...
I thought a noodle came out of the pasta bowl and I was really confused.
I did get a little, you can't really tell, but I got some linty stuff on me now from something I touched because this shirt's brand new. Okay, we're throwing in a little sweetness. So I'm gonna throw in a couple teaspoons of our date powder. Our date powder, it's like date sugar that you would buy at any store, except that it's very, very fine. It's just like the best. Here, let me show you a little.
At least Laura laughed at me, even though you didn't.
Uh-oh, did I miss something?
I said, I thought a pasta noodle came out of the pasta bowl.
I didn't even, sorry, Reeves. Thank you for the repeat.
What? We use that date powder so much for more savory items than sweet, I swear.
It's the best. I mean,
It's
you
so
can hear how fine it is. It's like date flour. And it's just so, the kids love it in oatmeal. We use it every day in oatmeal. And we use it all the time in sauces and dressings like this. If I make a pasta sauce, I'll add it, things like that. Okay, so we put in a little date powder. We already did the lemon. And now I've got some curry. So what I've got here is some curry powder, some turmeric, some, what is this, garlic powder, and I didn't pull out the chili powder because it's optional. But if you want to put a little heat in here, don't be afraid. So we had some curry, some garlic, turmeric. You could just use like your cheater minced garlic too if you want.
Oh, we use that stuff all the time.
I actually feel like I use too little garlic. I'm going to increase that. Increase that to a teaspoon instead of a half. I got to take some
Kim
notes.
says date powder is so good to curb the sugar monster. 1 teaspoon is all I need.
It's about half as sweet as sugar too, which I think is good because you can do 1-to-1 if you were replacing it in a recipe and get less sweet. Because I think things that most recipes that call for sugar are too sweet. And so I like that date powder. I could use it 1-to-1 and the sweetness level is more in line with what I want. So that's me. Okay, let's whisk this baby. All right, y'all. Oh, I'm gonna add some water too. I gotta get some water, I forgot.
Oh yeah.
We'll, here, I'll try to measure it so I can make an actual recipe out of this, do you know what I mean?
Somebody was asking what they can use instead of tahini if they're doing a really low-fat diet.
Very low fat. I was gonna say a different nut butter, but if you're doing very low fat, you might need to go with a different one of our sauces. We are doing what are we doing in this one? We're doing a yogurt sauce, which is still has soy, which is still a little bit of fat, but not nearly as much as like tahini. So you could use the pasta salad we're gonna make. I think it would be really good. So let's take and start with like, what did I write down? Like two tablespoons. There's 1 tablespoon of water, 2. Let's see where that gets us. That's looking pretty good. Oh, I love tahini. It smells so good. Ooh, this whole thing smells so good, dang. Okay, that's still pretty thick. You want 1 more tablespoon, you guys? I think 1 more tablespoon. What do you think?
Yeah.
1 more tablespoon of water. We're going 3. Like I said, this is our first time doing this, okay? I just go through like 15 recipes. We find good ideas and pull from all of them and then make a 10-minute meal. And then I rely on your feedback too. This is nice. This is a nice creamy dressing. So 2 to 3 tablespoons is gonna be awesome for this. Because you know, lemons are different sizes, things like that, but essentially it's add as much water as to reach your own desired consistency. Let's go rinse this. Whisk, back to you, Reeves.
He's gotta rinse it.
It can't get crusty. I had a bowl of water, that works.
Susie says, this morning my cardiologist said I could stop my cholesterol meds. He's whole food plant-based too and is super proud of me. I'm beyond happy.
Oh, that's very exciting. Congratulations.
How lucky you are to find somebody that supports what you're doing.
Yeah, but not lucky to get those results. Those results come with diligence and anybody can really achieve them, save some rare exceptions. But that part isn't so much luck, that's hard work, good job. But yeah, finding a good doctor that's a plant-based doctor can be tough. If I have questions like that about things like that, I'm just gonna find somebody online and do a telehealth because, you know. Okay, we got our sauce in there. I could have added it little by little, but I think the amount seems great. I'm not that picky. Let's give it a stir. Hi, Reeves.
Oh, that's so pretty.
And then you can always add your water to the salad too if you needed to add more, because this is still pretty thick. So, but I think, no, this is good. This is like chickpea salad thick. I like it. It's gorgeous. Just make sure you give it a good hard mixing because the thickness of the dressing, you want it to get all over everything. What do you think? Can you do this in 10 minutes? That's the recipe right there.
I think
Just
so.
whisk together a few ingredients in a bowl, chop a couple things, or find them pre-chopped if you can.
Well, someone was saying they like to
And
pull
boom.
out their food processor to do some of that chopping, and even for the chickpeas, they run it through the food processor.
Oh, that would work great. It's a little bit of cleanup. I'm trying to avoid using the machines today for the 10-minute meals, but if you're comfortable with it, you have a fast, easy method for getting it clean, spray it off right away so that it doesn't get crusty, then you could use a food processor pretty fast. So, good thinking. Okay, this is gorgeous. It looks every bit of what I'd hoped it would look like. Have a glance.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. And there we have it, a starchy, delicious salad. You could throw in some greens. You could put this over a bed of greens if you want to get some more greens, because we didn't do a lot of greens in this. We have lots of non-starchies. You got the cilantro.
Oh yeah, better romaine would be really nice.
But a bed of greens would be great.
Some arugula.
Should we have a taste now?
Yeah, I can't wait.
I'm kind of excited.
Yeah, me too. This is one of those things like, it's so beautiful because it's made with real food.
Wow.
And I sometimes hate to use the vegan label because if I do, people are gonna think that it's some like fake processed garbage.
I've been needing to do that for a long time, to bust that thing so I can get the forks out easier. And I just did it live.
You broke the drawer organizer?
Just part of it. Just part of it. I'm sorry I didn't
Did you
hear
want
what
to keep that piece so we could wood glue it back on later?
In case? Okay, I'll keep it. I'll pull it out of the garbage. I'll save it over there. All right. Let's have some salad. How's everybody doing? You having a good time?
Okay, they said they would eat it inside of a romaine leaf.
Oh, do we still have boats?
I don't know. And some people would make
I
it
do have
into
some
a wrap.
romaine.
You can make it into a wrap. You still have lavash.
Ooh, I have lavash too. What do you want me to do? Do we need
All
a boat?
of the above.
I'm gonna do a wrap because if I rinse the lettuce, then I gotta dry it and all that. But that's a great idea. Let's do a lavash. You can throw it in a lavash with some lettuce and greens. Do both. Here's a little lavash. Oops, I forgot to turn the office noises off.
I thought it was just like a segment of the show, like on Mr. Rogers. Like, whoa, look who's at the door. It's Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn. Hey guys, what you making today? Boy, am I hungry.
And T. Colin Campbell. Well, they're here right now. I wish we were that cool. Wouldn't that be something? Oh, thank you, Reeves.
You're welcome.
Okay, let's make...
Dr. Esselstyn does give big Mr. McFeely vibes, says Andrea.
Oh, he's out of my league. Okay, there we have it.
Oh, looking good.
We're making a wrap, folks. This is a mini wrap because I cut off a piece of this
presented you a
lavash.
salad and you said no.
Yeah, we're like, I don't want salad. There, even more healthy starch. Now, if you want low calorie density, maybe you avoid the lavash. It is whole wheat, it's very healthy, but it's just up to what you're doing. Let's cut it at an offset because that's like chefy and stuff.
Love a chickpea salad lavash wrap.
Come on over. Well, here it is, and I just got a little taste, and I know it's good.
Wow, cool.
You can taste that creamy tahini. Excellent. I love it. I need a napkin.
That's really good.
What do you think?
You can take this on the go.
Dang. Oh, and by the way, this is going to keep really well. So for lunches, for keeping it in the fridge, it's going to keep really well.
It might become more flavorful over time, really.
Dang, the curry is so tasty. And the sweetness from the date powder and the raisins, this is really good. I love
this is a good one.
I'm using my cutting board as a plate. It's a good etiquette. Wow, I love it.
I would put some grapes in here, maybe.
Grapes, like
Yeah.
your, what's it called? Broccoli salad
Yeah.
with the grapes.
That's really delicious.
This is awesome. I love this. Okay.
We're not shy about eating on the show.
I am actually extremely shy about eating on the show. It makes me so uncomfortable. I feel like I'm just chewing in everybody's ears, but I can't stop. I've eaten nothing today but this, and it's so good.
You know,
Back to you, Reese. I can't stop eating it. This is really good.
Nancy's asking, how do I get the recipe? Am I just pointing to it? Sign up right here. We're doing a free trial the whole month of January, and you'll get the recipes emailed to you after the show. You have to be a member to get the recipes. You don't have to take notes during the show. But we do like to open it up during January to support you in your healthy endeavors in the new year. We're doing a January challenge this month too. So that's why we like to open up for free to everybody so that you guys are set up for success.
And now I just have to convince you to stay. I'll put this over here. But I want to bring this back. I'm not going to lose it. Set it here.
I need a little beverage.
I didn't even put black pepper in, by the way. I forgot the black pepper. But I have my contraband old macaroni grill that got stolen decades ago. I still have it. Still works. Not great, but it does still work.
Grapes and pumpkin seeds sound delicious in the salad.
Grapes are great. Pumpkin seeds, great. You could toast your pumpkin seeds. We actually have some left over from split pea soup night. Toasted pumpkin seeds. And I don't know why I'm showing you that. But what you drinking there? A LaCroix, the Costco LaCroix?
Yeah, generic LaCroix.
Yeah,
You
my
know,
favorite. I actually like it better than LaCroix.
you might think that we're only live for an hour or two, but setting up for the show is a very long day. We wake up in the morning, we get everything going, Dylan sets up the cameras, we're working on tech, and then afterwards we gotta wash everything, we gotta type up. So
It's a big day.
all that to say, I'm not complaining, but all that to say is I'm no longer shy about eating and drinking during the show because, you know, I have to do my bio things too.
You got nothing to feel bad about, girl, and I don't think anybody will fault you. But thank you, yeah. The show's a lot of fun. You should see it in here. It's pretty wild. But anyway, that was the chickpea salad. Number 2 we're gonna do is gonna be, let's do our minestrone. I wanna jump to soup land.
Heck
And
yeah.
this is gonna be fun because this is we have a minestrone, okay? We have a Well Your World minestrone.
Oh, and it's so good.
We actually put it on YouTube recently, right? It's only a few videos back, right? Mm-hmm. And one of our favorite dishes makes a huge pot, like be ready to eat. It makes a big pot of soup, but it is not a 10-minute meal. It takes quite a bit of chopping, and I want to show you a version that doesn't take quite a bit of chopping. Let's get our not even preheated pot. Oh, we're not even sauteing anyway. This is going to be totally dump and go. In fact, I was gonna turn my kettle on to try to save time for the heat up, but too late now.
Everybody's saying don't be afraid about eating and drinking during the show because we are.
Yeah, but we are not, no one has to listen to you. I'm gonna get a quick quart of water, Reeves, keep them entertained.
Lisa says, oh my God, I've been making that minestrone for a few weeks. It's amazing and it makes a boatload.
And
it really does make a lot. And I know that a lot of you guys are really into the super cubes. So if you don't have appetite of people in the household like us that could probably finish a pot in a day, then yeah, freeze it and have ready to go meals in the freezer.
Absolutely. Okay, actually, I'll do this in a minute. Let's start filling this pot. So I'm gonna start with, we've got some elbow pasta. We cook this in the soup. We cook it in the soup in our normal recipe too. We're gonna do the same. The amounts are a little different for this 10-minute version. Then I've got a can of kidney beans and white beans. Again, try to find the no salt, but as you can see here, I found, come on baby, get in there. I found the no salt for the kidneys, but I could only find the low sodium for the Great Northern beans. So then just rinse them a lot. You know, I'm already rinsing both anyway. Rinse them a whole bunch and get as much salt out as you can, but try to find the no salt version. And then we just put them back in the cans for what I just showed you. But I did rinse and drain. Okay, there's that. I'm gonna start with, I think I'm gonna need 2 cans of tomatoes, but we're gonna start with 1. Here, and again, here are the cans of tomatoes I like. This is the Winco brand. Winco, no salt added. They have tomato sauce, they have tomato diced. They don't have the petite, which I kind of wish I could do the petite sometimes. And they have tomato paste. Well, everybody has tomato paste without salt, but Winco does a good job. They have no added canned corn, no salt added canned corn, and some other veggies too. And beans, I get pinto beans and black beans from Winco that have no added salt. So, and they're so cheap there. Everything's so cheap at that store. Okay, so let's get some frozen stuff out. Well, what else we got to talk about before that? Here's some garlic. I'll throw that in, get that out of the way. This is just our cheater garlic from the fridge. We love the cheater garlic. Is it a little less strong than fresh? Sure, but it saves us a heck of a lot of time, so I'll just use a little more.
Yeah, just use a little more of it.
All right. So these we'll talk about in a minute. That we'll talk about in a minute. Let's get the rest of our frozen stuff that's gonna make this baby sing and dance. We got these. I wanted to show you a few things. Here, go back to Rebecca, don't cheat. Don't cheat till I show you.
Here's another story. Jennifer says, it started in 2020. Jumped right in, SOS-Free. I lost over 100 pounds. My husband also jumped on board. We will never turn back. SOS completely. We live on the 10-minute meals. That is so awesome. Especially that you did it on the 10-minute meals because so many people think that we have to do this like elaborate cooking or fancy schmancy stuff or, you know, super organic this and that. And it's just, you gotta get the food in. You gotta get the food in by any means necessary. And if it's easy 10-minute meals using this frozen stuff Dylan's about to show you, then that's perfect.
My favorite comment there was, we live on 10-minute meals. Yeah, you should, because that's what's gonna keep you compliant. There's nothing wrong with making a fancier meal, but I just want you to get in a groove of fast, easy, and accepting the fast, simple, easy meals for what they are. A time saver, you know? Does every time you need to eat give you a mouthgasm and blow you into outer space? No. You just need to eat
honestly,
sometimes,
this
most
did.
of the time. Actually, that did.
And this was only 10 minutes, maybe 12, whatever.
Yeah. Okay, let's get on to the minestrone. Are we ready? Hold on one second.
Like, I don't want to confuse people or discount the 10-minute meals into thinking that it tastes not as good as regular meals. Because our 10-minute potato corn chowder took the world by storm. Everyone loves that recipe so much. So much so that Dylan doesn't even make his potato leek soup from scratch anymore. Because why?
You know, it's true. Sometimes. I haven't in the last year, though, I bet you. Okay, so in our normal Well Your World minestrone is all kinds of chopped veggies, okay, that we're chopping live. Now, we have all kinds of options here of not chopped veggies. For example, we've got, oh, I was gonna grab, anyway, okay.
Donna says, I could live on the potato corn chowder.
Yeah, I know, well, we all can and do. Here is one from Kroger, or Fry's, mirepoix mix. This has carrots, celery, onions. That's the only 3 ingredients. And we've got, this is a 12-ounce bag. We're using it. That's gonna be a great base for this soup. Did I pull the scissor out or not? Boom, throw it right in. This is all, we're just throwing everything in, get it going. Now I've got a mix, that one already had carrots, but I could do like a mixed veggie. I wanna do 2 bags, whatever it is. And this one has the green bean, carrots, corn, green beans, peas, okay? So are we good with that? Can we just double up the carrots? Does anyone care? Or you can just get a regular old bag of green beans or peas, corn. Here are some lima beans. Do you want me to throw in the lima beans? You know, it's just whatever you like. We put in 2 cans of beans, but lima beans are, you know, different. So I'm thinking we just throw in the mixed veggies. Okay, the mirepoix and the mixed veggies. Does that mean double carrots? Yeah, but like look at it. It doesn't look like you put in too much carrots. Looks pretty reasonably blended to me. Okay. So there we have tons of veggies. We'll put the rest of these away. Any other comments on the frozen stuff we're using? This is no chop, baby.
Someone said, I need a bigger freezer.
You might. You might. It might be worth it. You never know. Put one in the garage. It is handy. We do have another freezer downstairs that's like the chest, not a chest, but a vertical deep freeze, whatever, and it's totally full too. So now, is it always full of things that I'm regularly eating? No, I could probably keep it, I could probably turn through my freezer inventory a little bit better. Okay, let's talk about flavor. We did 1 can of tomatoes so far. Now, instead of all the different herbs and spices, I thought, how can I make this even faster for everybody? Let's just use Italian seasoning. So you can use Italian seasoning, maybe throw in a little nutritional yeast for fun, maybe a little crushed red pepper to give it a kick, and then we're gonna use our veggie broth. We're gonna add veggie broth to this, whether in your liquid form or whatever. Or we have a Well Your World Italian. See, in our show, we never make, you remember we did that infomercial recently where we just made a 3.5 hours straight of making recipes using our products? That's special to that. This cooking show, we don't use, we don't make it so that you have to be able to get our products to participate. So that's why I always show you, you can use some Italian, nooch, we'll do that, okay? But we got our Italian seasoning, which actually has a little bit of nutritional yeast. That would be great. Maybe we'll do a little bit of both, okay?
So maybe I have to tell you about these.
Okay, go ahead.
Heather says, I live in a small space and my chest freezer is my pride and joy. I don't care that it's in my living room.
You know, I love that. That's really great.
And Eve, right after her, I don't think she even knew, says, I have a very small cottage, the freezer's in the living room.
Wow, so that's a thing. Sounds like everybody's doing it. You don't need to worry.
Yeah.
Great. So I'm gonna throw in I already put like a tablespoon of that in, so I'll throw in a little bit more of Italian just to show you that you don't need to use the Well Your World Italian, despite it being exceptionally delicious. And you could throw in a little bit of nutritional yeast, totally optional if you like a little bit of a gnocchi flavor. I like it, gives it like just a little bit of tangy creaminess when it all gets cooking. I don't know, it's just me. Maybe a little dash of crushed red pepper for a little bite. Don't go crazy. Okay, now more?
Everyone's bonding over their living room freezers.
I love it. There are more? More than just 2?
No, just the 2 for now.
Okay.
But now they're best friends.
I love it. Here is the Well Your World veggie broth. Now we're gonna add veggie stock. You can buy it in the quart at the store. Whatever, you could use water, honestly, it would be fine. But I love the flavor of veggie broth, and now that we make a veggie broth powder, it's all I use. I don't buy veggie broth at the store anymore. It's way more expensive to do that. This little jar right here of the Well Your World veggie broth mix, go get your membership, and then you get 10% off of this too. Okay, there's our veggie broth mix. Jeez. And there are, in this little canister, 22 quarts of veggie broth. Almost 2 cases of veggie broth. Okay? Because they're usually 12 in a case. And all you do is take water like that and throw in a teaspoon per cup. That was 3 teaspoons, and here's 4. And then be careful if you're doing this with hot water, because it'll explode on you if you shake it, but I'm not. And then boom, look at that, veggie broth.
Oh my gosh, that's nuts.
Now you could blend it with hot water and it'll sort of dissolve more and faster, but this works great. And we're gonna be cooking it into this soup, so like, come on, we're good. So let's see, do we want all of it? Definitely. So I'm throwing in, that was a quart. So I could have also just added a quart of water and then put the veggie broth into the soup, you know what I mean? But let's start getting this heated up, and we'll make some adjustments at the stove, okay? To the water amount and whatnot. Here we go. I'm going to crank it. This is the part that takes a while. The part of getting it all into the pot isn't going to take you but a few minutes. I know we've been messing around talking and having a good time, so it's not an accurate 10-minute meal. But once it's all in here, that takes just a couple of minutes. You could also throw this in your Instant Pot if you want for just a few minutes. It's not going to take long, because really the only thing that needs to be cooked is the pasta. Mm-hmm. But let's let this thaw and see how, as it heats up, let's see if I end up, because I still got to cook the pasta, so I'm pretty sure we're going to need another quart of liquid in here. But let's get things heated up, and we'll start making some adjustments, okay?
Louise says, when I'm making dump and go soups or stew with all frozen veg, I put it in the Instant Pot on manual for 2 minutes and then natural release.
Okay, that would work. You could probably make, for this, you could probably do 2. How long does it take pasta to actually cook in the Instant Pot? Probably not more than a couple, 3, 4 minutes. I like to go, I'll do 20 minutes on pasta in the Instant Pot, because I like mushy pasta in my starch blaster, but that's a different recipe. I'm gonna prep some more veggie stock. Reebs, tell us more entertaining things.
Okay. Oh, I read that one already.
I'm just gonna prep some more veggie stock, because I believe the soup is gonna need it. So we're just going for it.
Andrea says, I'm a teacher. She's sharing her win. I'm a teacher, and this is the first 2-week winter break that I actually worked out every day and ate pretty clean too.
Wonderful, excellent.
It can be hard when you get thrown off your groove of your daily routine.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we all face, is getting thrown off our groove all the time and trying to get right back on as quickly as we can before we get into trouble.
Like where Luca goes, it's technically a school and not a daycare, so he's off the same time that regular schools are off. So
yeah, which is tricky. Okay. Nothing else that needed to go in, right? Did I get everything?
Oh, someone asked, I'm making my veggie soup right now, and I have my veggie broth mix to add. Can I add it directly to the pot, or should I do as Dylan did? You can definitely add it directly to the pot and then add the amount of water and mix it in the pot. Mm-hmm. Dylan likes to do it like this because during a cooking show, we're probably going to use up that whole quart, but you definitely don't have to measure out a quart at a time. You can make as little or as much as you want.
Yeah, we love to just take a mug and sip a mug. I'll do, for a mug like this is definitely more than 1 cup. I might use 2 teaspoons and then give it a stir. Now, this is a whole food product. This isn't dissolvable garbage science food. This is real ingredients. So there will be some settling at the bottom. The flavor won't settle, but some of the solids will settle. And that you can either just leave them there and stop sipping, don't take the last sip, or you can have a spoon in there and you mix it along the way and blah, blah. So it's totally up to you. But these are whole food ingredients, so don't expect it to just dissolve like a standard American junk food, okay? But you can just do a little bit, 1 teaspoon, and have a cup of water, a cup of broth to sip. If you have a sore throat or a cold, it's just awesome, and the flavor is so much better. My previous favorite, I'm not trying to talk smack, but my previous favorite was pretty good. It was a low sodium instead of a no, this is SOS-free, no added salt, oil, sugar. And this tastes way better, way better. And it's the same like calories per serving and all of that. It's just that we didn't take a veggie broth and then try to remove salt from it. We designed it to be flavorful without the salt. See, that's the difference. Every other company, they have a lineup of no salt items. They've modified it to work for you weirdos, you know? Ours, we are the weirdos. We made it for us, we made it for you. This, no modifications for the rare, you know, segment of our customer base.
Maribeth says, I snicker when grocery shopping as I pass by the really expensive no salt veggie broths as they were way more expensive than your veggie broth powder.
Did I get it right? Did I get it right?
See, you're pushing me. We're like, what if somebody's looking at it? Wait, pretend I'm looking at it and you're gonna give me unsolicited advice.
Okay, browse the veggie stock. You're wasting your money. What would I say? I would never do that.
You'd be like, well, your world veggie stock is better and cheaper.
I just walk by you and elbow you. You're like, get this. But it's not for sale here. Thank you, Reeds, for that reenactment that we'll definitely never actually do. My parents, however, I wouldn't be surprised if they like took it out of the person's hand and put it back on the shelf and were like, you're gonna want this.
And they pull it out of their, they just, like you.
It's a trench coat.
They have a tote bag of them to give out, just like McDougal Star Solution books.
Yeah. Okay, where were we? Let's see how it's going over here. Is it getting hot? Everything was frozen, so, oh, I'm seeing some bubbles. Give it a stir so nothing sticks. The macaroni pasta will stick if you don't give it a little help from time to time. So you can see that there's way more liquid in here than before, and that's just because everything's thawed and it gives off some juice and it's coming together. So that's typical. But I still think once the pasta starts cooking, we're gonna need more. We'll close this for another minute. I'm only closing it to get it to heat up faster. At home, you don't have to cover it. You can leave it uncovered.
Someone said, don't tell him that. Then he's going to raise the price.
No, I'm not.
No.
No, I don't do
That's
stuff
not
like
the point.
I don't do gouging. I think that, you know, we have pretty reasonably priced stuff, and we have barely ever raised any of the prices before. Mm-hmm. And if it's not costing me more, I'm not going to raise the price just because inflation's up or something. You know what I mean? Okay, our next one is going to be, you know what? I'm going to get this going. How are we doing on time? Oh, pretty good. I don't have to rush. Okay, that's going now on the stove. You can hear it rocking. So let's get rid of our lid. And I'm happy with that.
Looks nice.
We're just going to keep an eye on it, okay? And as soon as this is, you know, the pasta's cooked, you can eat it. But if you leave this thing on low all day long and just kind of sip a bowl off of it here and there, it just gets better and better and better as it sits. So don't be afraid to just let that baby cook. I love just grabbing a bowl every time I have a little appetite or I need to context switch. I just need to change what I'm doing.
I'm still eating my wrap.
Bowl. She knows all about it. She's a good multitasker too. Okay, let's check it out. Okay, we're there, so let's turn it down a bit. I'm gonna add a little, I'm gonna add half this quart. I'm gonna add a couple cups of water. It's just obvious to me.
Cynthia
and then we'll
says,
crank the heat again.
That looks so darn good, especially since it's in the 20s here in Michigan.
Oof. Yeah, it's cold like everywhere I was hearing. What was it, a vortex again or a polar whatever? I don't even know. We don't get a lot of that down here. But it has been gorgeous. Okay, I added a little more broth. So I cranked it again. We'll turn it down in a sec. Any more wins? How's everybody doing? It's the new year. If you haven't done our January challenge, please. It's only the 3rd. Even if you haven't started yet, it's okay. We're going on vacation next week, so that's like 5 days where we don't. It's our first time going to a place, an all-inclusive. That's what it's called. I've never done that before. And it wasn't my choice. It was for this other trip, this work thing we're doing.
I've heard that all-inclusive buffets, you can actually eat pretty healthy because they have wonderful fruit selection of like really ripe and delicious fruit, and you could probably make a salad every time. So I'm optimistic.
You're right. It will be easier than I'm worrying about. I think you're right.
But I don't. It's not about the availability of healthy things. It's with the willpower.
Well, yeah, but I also just, at the very least, hope there's lots of vegan options, which there should be.
Anne Marie says the produce at the all-inclusive in the DR was incredible.
Really? Well, that's exciting, because that's where we're going. Awesome. Anyway, my point of all that was, even though we're going to be away and possibly off plan for a few days, I'm still doing my challenge. I'm still planning for that. I still know that the moment I get home, I'm getting right back on track with a curried chickpea wrap. And this is your challenge calendar. It's in the, if you go to, what's the link, Cass? I don't know. She'll put it in the chat. But go download the workbook, talk about goals and the habits that will get us there. You can't choose your goals. I mean, you can't choose when you get your goals, but you can choose your habits, and that is what the mechanical actions of getting to your goals. And so we like to focus on the process rather than the outcome. And so fill out your chart, post it to the group. It's only the 3rd. You still got the whole month, and we're going to be taking winners. So
okay, for the January challenge, what's the significance of the symbols? Any specific category that we have to choose? No, it's just that the symbol will symbolize that habit for you, so you can put it on the chart. People also buy the little tiny stickers, and you can use your own stickers too.
Yeah, it could just be a red X, a blue X, and a green X. It's just that to track it on your calendar. So if habit 1 down here, let's get up close. If habit 1, where I've written habit 1, and then my target, how many times I want to do it this month or per week or whatever. So say it's vegan, oil-free, or plant-based, whatever you want to call your diet. And then how many days out of the 31 I want to do it. If it's, for me, if we're going to be gone these 5 days, then maybe I'm only going to be able to do, 27 or 23, whatever. I'm mathing really well here. And then so each time I do that, since that's a star, I'll put a little star on the spot of the calendar. And then if I get habit 2, smiley face, put the smiley face. And then at the end of the month, you can come back and count all your stars and count all your smiley faces and count all your hearts or whatever you choose. And then track, okay, did I hit my targets? Was it too hard? Did I not plan well enough because I didn't realize that Susie was going to ask me to lunch and I just wouldn't be able to say no? Things like that you want to try to really plan for and hone in what you want to do and what it's going to take for you to reach the health goals that you set for yourself. And that's what it's all about. So we'd love for you to join us, and then no matter whether you're successful or not, we're going to pick people at random. We're going to have in our first show in February, beginning of February, we'll have a form where you can submit a picture of your calendar and tell us about your habits and what they meant to you and how well you did, and reflect a little bit. I'm not asking for an essay here. I just would like you to I'd like you to have to go on record to yourself. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a contest.
Are you going to do a giveaway today?
We are going to do a giveaway today, and we are going to do it after this recipe. Let's go check our soup.
Somebody was asking, do you like the ceramic Dutch oven for soups better than stainless steel stock pot? And if so, why?
Oh, no, it doesn't matter. I do like a Dutch oven a lot. I like that it's so quiet on an induction stove because it's one solid piece of iron. I do like that. It's heavier, so if you don't like heavy things, it's not for you. A stainless steel pot's way lighter. I like that. I don't know what I like about it. I guess it just feels fun. I don't know. It heats really evenly because it's cast iron. You're gonna get hot all the way, everywhere. Whereas with this, you only get hot on the bottom part that's touching. I mean, obviously it's gonna heat up the sides of the pot too, but there's way more consistent heat in a Dutch oven. Do we care about that being as non-chefy as we are? Not really, not really. You can start to see this broth just kind of like, almost like thicken a little bit. I feel like nutritional yeast helps to do that a little. And now we just want to make sure our pasta gets cooked. It's getting close. The elbow pasta is so small it doesn't take too long. And the water amount is looking pretty nice. We might add some, we'll see.
Kim says, I love being here as I feel like this is a safe place to stay on track.
Thank you for saying that. That it is. That it is. We are not the judgers. We are not going to come down on you like I hear goes on other places. But we are going to encourage you, and we really want you to stick. We care about you. We care about your health. We care about the interactions that we have together. We got lots of Christmas cards this year. But our website, our mailing address is on every bottle. You can send us a Christmas card, and if you do, Reeves usually, actually she always replies with our annual Christmas card that has a picture of us and the kiddos. So thank you for being a part of it. And yeah, it is a safe place and it's a positive place. We are making a pasta salad. I feel like we're so close on the soup, maybe we should just talk a little more and taste it. You know?
Yeah, why not?
Why don't I start cooking this pasta on the side?
Okay.
It may interfere. This is the one that I said might be over 10 minutes, but this pasta cooks in less than 10 minutes. That's for darn sure. I think it's like, oh, it says 8 to 10. There you have it. So let's get this pasta cooking and we'll start chopping. Did I interrupt you?
No, but I could read some more aloud.
Okay, go ahead, and actually I'll tell you more about this pasta because I realize that some of you might not know, and it's like my favorite pasta.
Joni says, my hubby has asked me to help him with his weight loss. While he still leans towards sad, he is open to me crowding out the bad stuff.
Well, if he wants success, he's going to need to rely on you because standard American isn't going to do it. So good on you. Crowd it out. Especially if he's asking.
I printed the goals and calendar sheets. Where do I share what I've filled out? The Wellly World Facebook page or somewhere else? Thanks so much, Linda.
Yeah, please. Cass put a link in the chat right now to the Facebook group. It's an amazing group. I don't even know how many thousands of people we have in there now, but it's just like the most positive place. And if there's ever meanness, we remove not only the meanness, but the person. And it's a one-strike rule, really, pretty much. If you screw up and you're an ass, then you're not an ass to us anymore because you don't exist. So you need to treat people with respect because that's why we get so many compliments about how special our group was. You can disagree. There's very respectful ways to disagree, but generally speaking, social media doesn't allow for much of respect. But they do in our group. So treat people like they're real people, not just an avatar with a name next to it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's what's special about Well Your World. They're gonna, you have a bad day, you screw something up, you can come to us and they're gonna say, it's okay, get back on track, you got this, we can do this together. You have a win, they're gonna say congratulations, just like we're doing here. It's a real group of awesome people, and thank you for being a part of it. That is a great place to share your calendar. We will do the contest, but that's gonna happen after the challenge is completed, where you'll submit it to us. But we'll explain all that later. Just remember, just do your challenge. And okay, let's check that soup again, and I think we could probably get to tasting.
Nice.
So I ended up putting what, like 4, let's just call it 4 to 5 cups of water, 4 to 6 cups of water. And this is looking great. Let me check the nudes. Can I get an elbow around here? There we go. Oh, it's done. Oh, it's done. Okay. Oh, that's good. Turn that down. Let's go back here. Reeves, you want to have a taste? Now I do have a bowl because we didn't use it last time.
You can spoon my bowl and I'll wait 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You know, Dylan uses a hair dryer on the cool setting to cool off the food for the boys and for me.
This is like a minestrone stew. You could add more liquid. It's totally up to you. This is gorgeous. Okay, I'm going to turn that down. Doesn't need to go too hard now. Maybe like a 4 on this burner. Okay. Now, let's talk about salt. Let's talk about how I use salt and how I think people should use salt. And we'll come back to this because I didn't want to... I like to do one at a time for 10-minute meals and not get confusing. Okay, salt. If you are totally SOS free, you don't care about this. Don't eat salt. I think for people that are recovering from certain things, there are many, many people who should be totally SOS free, no added salt, oil, or sugar in order to maintain their good health. So if you're one of those people, you need to either know that about yourself or get to know that about yourself, because I can't daddy you on that. But I use a little bit of salt on the food. I don't put salt in our products. I never will, because I believe that you should always be the one to salt your food. You know you, no one else knows you. There should be a salt shaker on the table, as long as your kids don't get into it and throw it everywhere. But this is a little ramekin of salt. And let's not get caught up on this salt's better than that. If you eat no iodine, maybe you should have some iodized salt if you're not getting kelp in. Otherwise, maybe you need to supplement with iodine. But this salt is good for you, and that one's, don't get caught up in the salt trap, okay? Don't get caught up in thinking that your gourmet salt is better. Just if there's a flavor you like or something like, whatever. But don't get hotty-toddy about your salt. That's just my recommendation. You do it, you do you. But I just take a nice little sprinkle, just like Dr. John McDougall said, and sprinkle a little bit of salt on top, and that's plenty for me. I can mix it in, I can just take a spoon. I usually just kind of go like that, and then boom. I wonder if the other can of tomatoes should be in.
Oh,
Let's
you
have
only
another
did the
look.
one?
Oh, it's so good. I wonder... Do you guys think, just look at this, do you think I should have more tomato or even some tomato paste to make it a little more minestrone-ish?
Minestrone-ish?
I'd like to hear if you get some replies, Reebs. I do think it needs more water now. It's getting thicker.
Yes, more tomato.
Okay.
No. Yes.
We got no's and yeses?
Yes,
Okay.
more tomato.
Okay. Let's throw in one more can. I think it needs it. I mean, it's delicious. It's not a flavor thing. It's more a branding thing. If it's a minestrone, maybe it needs more tomato. Because our minestrone that we do on our regular one has tomato paste too.
They said it needs more cowbell.
It needs more cowbell too. This is another reason why I like cast iron, because you can get a cowbell sound out of it. So thank you for bringing that up.
Oh, it sounded just like it.
It's a dulled cowbell. It's a cowbell with the string fell off, so I had to hold it with my fingers. There we go. Okay, we'll let that go back up. Yeah, that looks better. 2 cans of tomatoes, okay? We're still tasting it over here with 1, and boy, is it good. This soup is fantastic. And don't be afraid. It is hot, you're right. Dang. The seasoning, the flavor is just, I love the broth in this. It's just so good. What was I going to say? It's gone. It's 100%, it'll never come back. It's gone. I have no idea. Oh, don't be afraid to experiment a little or have some fun. For example, do we have it up here? Perfect. Don't want to do the pasta? Because maybe you want to go even faster? I don't know. Do the potatoes from the potato corn chowder. Here are the hash browns, has peppers and onions in there. You could throw those in instead of the pasta, in addition to the pasta if you want. But like, there's a lot of things you can do with this soup. The point here is any frozen stuff you like, put it in with a couple cans of tomatoes and the pasta, broth, a couple cans of beans, and you got yourself a beautiful, delicious soup. So don't be afraid to every time I go to the store, I forget what's in the frozen section. And even yesterday, I chose to go to Fry's because I knew they had that mirepoix mix, the Kroger one I showed you. But normally, anytime I go, I'll just like browse the frozen aisle because it could be in my head, but I feel like it's always changing a little bit. I don't know. Like sometimes you'll see this thing, you're like, who buys that? But I want it. But like I'm surprised because I thought I'd be the only person to want that item frozen.
I know, right?
But
did they make this for me?
So I like to just go down and browse the frozen section for soups and things like that, because at the end of the day, all we did was throw a bunch of stuff in the pot and heat it up.
Wow, Joni says dollar store for frozen veggies.
I had no idea. Reeb, I'm telling you, that's so good.
This looks exactly like our one that takes a little longer than this to make.
It has a very similar flavor too. We just cut you some corners, you know what I mean?
Oh, here's a good tip. When I was breaking the salt habit, I sprinkled just a few grains of salt on top of my food. The first bite gave me enough salt taste that I didn't miss it in the rest of the dish.
Wonderful point. A lot of people, that works for a lot of people. I even thought it for that instant when I put the salt on top. Don't stir it. Use even less. Get a hit of salt at the beginning, and then you can do like 10 bites before you're like, not salty. Or in your case, you don't need another bite of salt. That is an excellent technique, and it absolutely works.
Oh, Nancy, yeah. How about the greens in there?
Oh my gosh, I forgot my greens. I have greens ready. I was gonna ask you which. We gotta go back to the soup.
Should I not taste this yet?
You put that back in the pot. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
Thanks, Nancy, for keeping us honest.
Thank you, Nancy.
That's why we rely on you guys.
This is a collaborative show, yes. I had 2 options for you today, a tender spinach or chopped kale. I don't know what the hell tender means, but it sure sounded good. Got my attention. What do you want? Kale's gonna take a few more minutes than the spinach, but it's already chopped and ready. And the point is, you can also find this kind of stuff frozen, like you could use a block of frozen spinach. I don't know if that sounds like a lot, but you got options. Everybody's both. You're right. You're right.
A little both.
I'm going both.
It's pretty split.
Usually there is some stems. Actually, this is less stemmy than normal, but like sometimes you'll get a good hard kale stem. You can just let it cook, or you can toss it. It's totally up to you. Let's go back and finish the soup once and for all. I have to burn my mouth again.
You have to? You love to.
There's a nice couple of handfuls of kale, and let's throw in a couple. These are gonna wilt down pretty fast. In our Well Your World, our conventional minestrone, I don't know what to call it, we have a whole bunch of cabbage in there, right, Reeves? I think it's shredded cabbage that we throw in. It's sky's the limit. Thank you so much, Nancy, for the reminder. I'm gonna crank the heat a little bit more.
The best of both worlds.
Yeah, it is. You could chop it even more if you like really. Sometimes I like the spinach chopped, but like it's gonna wilt down so much in here that the bites will be definitely bite size.
I like the color of that, that's for sure.
That's a beautiful color. I think I'm gonna put a little more in now that I see it. And let's just eyeball it. If it looks like it's not quite green enough yet, throw in a little more, just like we did with the tomatoes earlier. And you're not going to be like, oh no, I added too much, dumping it down the drain. Like, it's never gonna be that way unless you really overdo it on something. We've all had to throw food out, it happens.
The green pop looks great in there.
Okay, yeah, now we got it. There's the soup. Thanks, y'all. Some things we keep in the fridge, and Reeves highlights them so I don't miss them, and then I miss them.
Yeah, and for one thing I wrote next to it, fridge, but it wasn't that one.
Oh, we got it, yeah, it was right here on the list. Did I put in a little bit of date powder? I don't know if I did, but I like, this is because it's a tomato-based soup, is another time when I like to put in a little bit of date powder. I don't think we did that.
They're saying no.
No, I don't think so. So let's throw in like a teaspoon.
Ooh, Trader Joe's Cruciferous Crunch is good too, yes.
Oh yes, we have been loving cooking that. We've just been steaming the Trader Joe's Cruciferous Crunch.
Wish it came in like a 10-pound bag.
That's a lot. But it is so good.
Not when you're done cooking it.
No. One bag is pretty good though for a meal for you and I. Okay. Let's go give this a little stir. And we don't need that heat anymore. You could add, this is getting a little thick, so we could add a little more broth. These are, whoops. A little more broth.
There you go.
That looks nice. Okay, and we're back. This is a minestrone. How's everybody?
Great. They're happy now that the soup has greens.
Okay, let's just do a little taste at least before we move on. I swear this one's a 10-minute meal. We spent more time on it, but we're hanging out and having fun.
It's 10 minutes if you remember everything on the first go.
Okay, now we got some greens. A little more tomato. That's what it needed. It was great without it, but why not add some greens? It's super healthy. The kale needs another minute, probably. But the spinach is done really fast.
You know, if you cook it long enough, I enjoy the stems of like kale and Swiss chard, rainbow chard.
Yep, chard. I love collard greens. Would be great in this. I love collard greens. There you have it.
Sue says, "Give a bowl to Reeves." Yeah, I'll take the bowl, but I don't like it so hot that it burns your mouth like Dylan does. So I usually let mine cool off.
I like a hot soup. Hot soup for lunch. Okay, we'll turn that down and let it chill. Not chill, but you know, chill. I love this pasta. This is the Barilla. Red lentil rotini. They also make a red lentil penne. I love this pasta. I don't know how they did it. I wish I did it because it is magic. It is just red lentil flour. How'd you do it? I can cook this in the Instant Pot in a starch blaster for 20 minutes and it holds its form. It doesn't fall apart. It's, you know, soft, mushy, not near as mushy as like a whole wheat pasta with the elbows. But it just, I don't understand how it's every other gluten-free pasta brand. To me, I don't mean to hurt feelings, but it's garbage. It falls apart. Like if the cook time is 5 minutes, at 5 minutes and 7 seconds, it's throw it away. I mean, it turns into complete mush. So like you have to be watching every minute of the cooking. I don't need to name brands, but there are brands that are not good. All of the other ones. This is the only one. They have a yellow like chickpea pasta too that I've noticed holds. I don't know how they do it. They have a GigaPress where they just, it's so densely pressed, the flour, that it actually just holds under these hurricane conditions. I don't know how it's possible. But I love this pasta and we're using it today. I'm gonna have, it comes in an 8.8 ounce box. So I'm gonna use 2 because I want like a pound. In this case, it'll be slightly more than a pound, whatever.
Be a big salad. Somebody noticed and is curious about if you're wearing socks.
Yes. I can show you my socks if you like. I don't really wear shoes during the show. I had to wear shoes a couple weeks ago when I hurt my foot. And I wore shoes because it hurt to walk on my bare foot for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, you really did a number to that thing.
Okay, here we go. Give it a nice stir. Keep an eye on it so it doesn't explode over. I preheated this water, so I cheated a little on the 10 minutes, am I right? But I'm gonna turn down the minestrone. Give it a little stir, and then you should just be able to, I go down to a 6.5 on this burner, and then we'll do 8 minutes and see where we're at. And we're gonna rinse it after and make it cold because we're doing a pasta salad. Yes, these are actually, I'm loving these socks right now. This is a very thick sock. I don't know if you got it for me, but it's a very thick, warm sock.
He's been wearing those socks.
I started wearing them because I hurt my foot, and the most comfortable way to walk was in my slippers, which I see over there, and these socks. So, but normally,
his foot was like swollen twice the size.
But 99% of the times I cook bare feet. On the show and every time I'm not wearing anything on my feet at all. I hope that doesn't offend anyone, but you're not eating off my floor. Actually, you're not eating anything off of my kitchen. I have had people write in. This was years ago. Nobody's done this for years. I had someone write in a couple of times that I like touched my face and then I chopped or something like that. And they're like, that's so unsanitary. And I'm like, you guys, you're not understanding. We're just at home. But it was kind of funny. And they're
like, do you cook your ketchup in the same kitchen as your cooking show?
Yeah, we had people ask once if we cook our bottled sauce products right here on the stove. I'm like, no, it's in a food facility. Anyway, we are cooking that pasta. Let's get to chopping because now I'm wasting time. I had my 9 minutes and I thought maybe I'll just speed chop everything.
Delicious soup, by the way.
Ah, excellent.
No need to go to Olive Garden. This is great.
Here's a bell pepper.
We need Wally World socks.
Well, that would be cool. With the new building, we'll be able to hold on. We'd be able to do a lot more. We have people asking for things in bulk, and like I don't have space for all of the different sizes and configurations of products. I just don't have space. Now with the new building coming, we will. Okay.
Ooh, I like the veggies and whichever mix you decided on. I like what it's got in there.
I did just plain mixed veggies, frozen, and I did the mirepoix mix. So there was carrots got double dipped. Okay, we're just chopping. We're making a pasta salad with a yogurt dressing. This is going to be the first time I've ever done that, but I'm excited for its potential. And we're just chopping up a bell pepper. Turn them, chop them. My knife's so nice and sharp right now. I haven't sharpened it since the last show. It just stays so nice and sharp with that sharpening. Yes?
Mirabeth says, they would not like watching me cook. I have a 5-second rule for anything that falls on the floor. Pick it up, blow it off, and put it in the pot.
Yup. I try not to do that during the show, but you know, the kids eat it off the floor. Why not I?
Mary says, geez, the health department would shut down my kitchen in a heartbeat.
Okay, we got a bell pepper. Let's see how much onion. Maybe we start with like a little half. Oh, I had an open onion from the last dish.
Lynn
Whatever,
says,
I'll
great
eat it.
camera angles in your kitchen. Good job.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like it. I think we've set up a pretty cool, every Thursday that we have a show, this is Friday, but every Thursday before our show, we do our live hangout on YouTube. You can go watch yesterday's. We had a really good talk about food addiction and calorie density and weight loss and sticking to it, getting back on track, process over outcomes. A very fun little talk. And we go live the Thursday before the show for an hour where we get to see everybody. That's not part of the membership. That's always open to everybody for free. And that's my chance to make sure all of my stuff works. For example, one of my cords just randomly failed yesterday. And now I had enough time to make sure that I had a replacement before today's show. So that's originally why I
My
was
mic
so...
is sounding weird now.
Let's hear it.
Mike sounds like it's windy in your house. Or like it's rubbing against something.
It's probably rubbing. It might... Are you wearing a necklace?
Yeah,
So?
but it's in the inside.
But it could be rubbing on the cord. When you rub on the cord, you can still hear it through the mic. Mm-hmm. So it's probably that.
Okay, sorry about my necklace.
We got new mics, so I'm like hyper sensitive to comments because I like need to make sure.
Because we like these mics and we don't want them to
I've
be bad.
loved them so far. I would be so sad to hear that they're bad, but also, whatever, that's the way it goes. Get rid of them and next. You just gotta keep trying until you get a good product. The last product lasted me about a year, but overall I didn't like it very much. Okay, a couple, not stalks, but ribs of celery. So we did a little bit of red onion, we did a bell pepper. What did I end up doing? About half. I did half of a small red onion. Is that called a small? I think that's called a small, maybe a medium, whatever. Bell pepper, red onion. Let's do some celery. You can just cut it in half or even smaller. I'll cut it into like a couple strips here. Check it out up close. Practice your knife skills. Celery and things that aren't too dense are a great opportunity to practice your knife skills. You can do this version, you can do this version. Whatever you want to do, just start practicing it slowly and eventually you'll get really fast and efficient. And it'll actually feel fun and therapeutic. And a sharp knife though is the key. And a nice wood cutting board. I recommend a wood cutting board. They're not so noisy compared to the plastic ones. Also, they, you know, we don't have animal products, so we have to worry about contamination too much. But these are also more antibacterial, or whatever the word is. Celery's going in, and I just like the feel of them. The plastic is too noisy and hollow sounding. It's too much punch. Let's do some olives. Olives are very salty, so this is totally optional if you want to add some olives. We always rinse them to get as much salt off as we can, but there's no way to get the salt off olives. Also, they're fat also, or a fattier item, so if you're trying to avoid fats and weight loss is your #1 goal right now, just leave them out, no big deal. But you don't have to use a whole can. You can also just use a little handful. Olives are awesome for chopping practice too, by the way, because they are so soft, just like mushrooms. You can get through them really quickly. And you got to learn to make sure that your fingers aren't getting under the knife. And the way you do that is to ensure that your knuckle is always pushing against. So there's really no risk unless I go like that. Now there's a huge risk. But as long as my knuckle is inside of my tip of my finger, you're not going to cut your finger.
People are worried about your pasta.
Oh, let's go. Well, I had a timer set.
Okay.
It has actually 44 seconds
just,
left,
like,
so
eating the
everybody's
soup.
being
It's so
very
good.
intuitive today. You're just loving on that soup?
Yeah.
So that was like a third of a can of olives. I feel like that's probably enough.
Somebody asked if you heard about these new titanium cutting boards.
No, I've never even heard of it. I have a cucumber here though. Half of it. I'll check it out if you want a link. I can check it out. You can email me about it, but I could also just Google it. Here is an English cucumber. I like English cucumber because the skin is thinner and not as, you're not biting as much skin. So that's my favorite. They're more expensive though than the waxier standard cucumber. And then I usually just cut them into kind of 3 strips. And then again, let's go check that pasta.
Meanwhile, the soup's just bubbling away.
The thing though that I want to tell you about this pasta is that you can't really overcook it. Like I said when I started, we need a couple more minutes, is that it doesn't fall apart. And like the nice thing is you can forget about your pasta safely and it's not going to fall all apart. Where you can get into trouble is if you have such a high stack of things, like way up here. Oh, I can't really get up that high. But if you have a big stack and you have to lift your knife, let's go back this way because I'm a lefty. And you have to lift your knife to get over the stack, that's when you can accidentally go higher than your knuckle is sitting and cut your knuckle. So you want to make sure, oh, that camera I don't need anyway. You need to make sure that you are not stacking them too high so that you're not getting your knife lifted up off the cutting board so high that you'll come down and hit that part of your knuckle that you were using to stop yourself from getting cut. So just keep that in mind and in practice slowly. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't think that you should be an expert chopper on your 3rd month of eating healthy. Like, it's gonna take a little time, okay? But I think the greatest tool possible in a kitchen is a knife and a cutting board and a pot and a stove. And with that, you can do just about anything. You know, blenders and instant pots and food processors and Breville smart ovens are great, but this is how you keep yourself alive. You know what I mean?
Dylan, did you learn the hard way with your knife?
Oh, I've learned many times the hard way with my knife. I've cut myself on this show many times. I'm not ashamed of it. Look, you do a thing enough times, you're gonna get a flat tire. Like, there's nothing you can do to be perfect. And that's just the way it goes. You know, I'm not gonna be afraid of my knife. I'm gonna embrace it and continue to improve all the time. And hopefully I won't cut myself. And when I do, I'll have some sports tape right here just in case. Cut these cherry tomatoes in like half or smaller pieces, whatever you prefer. There goes the pasta. So let's go strain it and see how it is. This is what we do. This is our show. We do it 2 times a month. You're here for free. Some of you are that are trying out our free trial. Most of you, I think, are here that are regular members, and we thank you. Dang, this still needs more time. I need to crank the heat more on this. I think I just had the heat down too low. Let's keep chopping.
Nice.
Anyway, sign up for our free trial. There's a link right in the corner. You'll get all the recipes that we're doing today. And with your membership, you get access to every show that we've ever done before. There are 155 at least that we've previously done. All the recipes, you get a downloadable PDF just like this. This one has a little bit of scratch on there from my edits. But you get nice PDFs. This is the black and white version of every single recipe that we do, and a picture, and going back all the way to 2018. When I first started doing the show, I didn't even write down methods or amounts. I wrote a list of the items that I did in the show, and I didn't really use recipes. Reeves is like, bro, you're gonna have to be a little bit more normal. So I am now. And she helps me with that. And we've become pretty good recipe writers, you know?
Yeah.
But I didn't learn that technique, honestly, until I met you, Reeves.
It takes practice, and it's something you can get better at. Like, I'll look at an old recipe that we all wrote together, the three of us, and I'll be like, what the heck?
Here's another hack. Did you see it? I just exposed it to you.
Ooh, yeah.
I used to put down a wet cloth under my cutting board.
Lynn says, I remember watching Dylan and stopping the videos and guessing.
You've been around a while. A sill pat under your cutting board stops it from sliding around the table. That can be really dangerous. If you have a cutting board that's sliding around, that's how you cut yourself too. So make sure it's a stabilized cutting board, it's not going anywhere. It's not so warped that it's not getting a good connection to the ground here. Otherwise, it's gonna start sliding around and you can get hurt that way. So, a wet cloth warps your cutting board and ages it. So a sill pat is a great hack. You're welcome. All right, that's, well, is that all the chopping? We got the pasta we're about to grab, there it is. We got the onion in there, the tomatoes, the bell pepper, celery, cucumber, olives, chickpeas. Oh, I do have a can of chickpeas. Did you guys want me to put it in? We're gonna have the pasta. Should I do it?
Why not? You got it out.
We got another can of chickpeas. We already rinsed them, and it'll be a chickpea.
Could be any bean.
Could be any bean. It could only be this and no pasta. If you want, that's perfectly great.
Anyone ever have a glass cutting board? That noise is horrendous.
Oh my gosh. And I have like a granite one with the leftover granite pieces when I built this house. And I'm like, why? I'll use it as a trivet or something, but not as a cutting board. It is.
Do a little charcuterie on it maybe?
And I can't imagine it's good for it's not going to hurt your knife blade. It's just going to make it not last as long because you got to sharpen it forever. And so yeah, I forgot about those. Your grandma had a glass cutting board, and I'd hit it with the knife, and I'd just cringe because it's just like so uncomfortable.
Like, what? Dylan, might I excuse myself for a moment?
Yes, you may. Goodbye. I'll turn your mic off. Okay, we are making this pasta salad dressing. This one is unique because we are going to use yogurt. We're not going to use just any yogurt. We are using Well Your World yogurt. But actually, I bought another yogurt just to show you that's pretty much on the healthy side. Oh, I forgot. We need to do the pasta really quick. So we're going to talk about a yogurt dressing for this pasta salad. Then we're going to do a giveaway. And then we're going to do an amazing dessert that's going to blow your mind. A fruity, healthy dessert that microwaves for less than 2 minutes. Okay? Let's go check out this pasta and give it a strain. I'm gonna grab my strainer. This is my favorite strainer, by the way. This is just the simple IKEA strainer that you can get for only just a few bucks. It is simple, it's got a handle. It just has these little indentations for feet. It used to actually have different feet, for those of you who might remember the older IKEA version of this, but they keep improving it. And sometimes after years and years, this welding joint will finally fall apart on me, but dang, this thing really lasts. I love it for all this. And it fits really nicely in my sink, and it won't slide out. Okay, I'm gonna kill that. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna strain this. And I'm also gonna rinse it under some cold water. So just imagine that with your eyes, because I don't have a camera angle for this. I'm just doing this because it's going into a pasta salad. The texture of this pasta is fabulous. It's always al dente. It's really impressive. Your mic's not back on yet, Reeves. I'll turn it on in just a second. You're muted. And all we're doing here is cooling down some pasta. Let's go back to Reeves so that she can entertain you. Reeves, your mic is now on.
All right.
I'm just rinsing pasta here.
Oh, someone's saying, Well Your World yogurt? Oh my gosh, you guys, if you're part of the free trial, you get to see the 2 yogurt recipe episodes that are exclusive to the Well Your World Cooking Show membership.
We actually did it way back when, and then I continued to refine it, and we did the show again. And this is a quart of Well Your World yogurt. This cost me $1.20, maybe, to make. It's really the best darn yogurt you've ever had. It's nice and thick. it's like a Greek yogurt thickness. And the reason I made it that thick is so that it's not coming out. It's a block of yogurt. And the reason I did that is because I'm not gonna eat this plain, and I didn't want to add a bunch of gums and arrowroot and guar gum and all these things. I wanted it to be simple, one ingredient. This is soybeans and water, and then the little starter culture. But now I just use this batch for the next batch, and I just generations and generations of yogurt. But this happens to be a generation 2 because I just started making it last week. But anyway. Soybeans, water, it's a really simple process, but you can't make really good yogurt if you just add the starter culture to a quart of the Eden soy. I just don't think it's thick enough for me, because I'm gonna also blend it with some fruit, which makes it even more watery, and I'm gonna blend it with some dates, which, so I just like it really thick. And so this is the right amount of soybeans to make it nice and thick, and it's like 280, what do I use for a quart of this? 280 grams of soybeans. I forget how much that is in cups, but you pulled it up for me last night and texted it to me. But it's the best yogurt. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Again, we're not doing any blending. So we're gonna make a sauce with this thick yogurt, and we'll just kind of whisk it up and see where it goes. I haven't done this dressing before. We're doing it live. And then my pasta over here was just kind of dripping dry. That's the thing, when you cool your pasta down, it doesn't steam dry as well as if you leave it hot. That's just kind of how it happens. That's how it goes. Okay, let's get the last recipe, by the way, it's so fast, so we're going a little long, but hey, whatever. I wanted to have fun.
What else is new?
Hey?
What else is new?
Right, oat spoon. So I'm gonna measure this because I do want to make a recipe out of it, just in case it's actually
Oh, you were
good.
gonna show somebody the store-bought version?
Oh, okay. I guess.
Can you use store-bought as a starter for new yogurt?
Yeah, you can. I don't see any reason why not. I mean, it all comes down to what cultures it has compared to. Let's compare. So this is the forager. This is a pretty clean yogurt that doesn't have like added oil. It does have, like I complained about, first of all, it has coconut cream, so that's going to add saturated fat and just fat in general that isn't in mine. So it's a very much richer yogurt, but it's not bad. Filtered water, cashews, cornstarch. I don't use cornstarch in my cooking. It's very processed. It's not evil.
So they're thickening it with the cornstarch?
They're thickening it with cornstarch, locust bean gum, agar, all of those.
Wow.
They're not bad for you, but like if I just like to make my own stuff. Also, this is like $9. This is $1. Is this an actual quart? It's measured by weight, so I don't know, but it's not. I don't know if it's as much, but it's a wider container. But this is $9. This is like $1.20. This took me an hour to make, but I can do 4 quarts at once, and it doesn't take much longer than it takes me to make 1 quart. So it's up to you how you want to use your time and your money. It's not very well your world to say go make your own yogurt, because we're always about doing things so fast, Mm-hmm. But I'm also a real homesteader at heart. I love canning, pressure canning. I love all of the self-reliant things. So I really wanted to figure out how to make a simple, healthy yogurt, because and also at the time I designed this, I was broke. I did not have money when I started making Well Your World, because I left my old job a little early. And this was way out of my budget. And it still is. $9 for yogurt, and you can eat this in like 2 days? No way. But it'll work well for this recipe.
Dylan Holmes tells all.
I don't know. Did I? Okay, so look at how beautiful this is. I just scooped a little piece, and it scoops like butter. Will you focus on me? And look at how thick it is. It is like, but as soon as you've blended it with fruit, it's not, nearly as thick. Okay. So I'm gonna take, what did I write down for my guess? A half cup. Any other yogurty questions? That's part of your membership, like Reeb said.
Right.
If you're on free trial, you can go back and get our yogurt recipe. It's the best yogurt making method in the history of the world. So for that reason, I think it's worth it. There you have it, a half a cup of yogurt. We might have to add a little bit of soy milk because it is a thick yogurt. We'll see. We're adding lemon, maybe that's enough. I don't know, it's my first time. We have a half a lemon left, so let's open that up with my strainer.
How long does it last in the fridge, that yogurt?
It'll go for a couple of weeks at least. I mean, it'll last like any. No, you know, like the last one didn't have anything preservatives in it. What'll happen to it after a time is it'll turn up at the top that's exposed to air over and over every time you open it. It'll eventually turn a little bit pink. And the type of mold that grows on this yogurt is a pink. Again, I don't think it's gonna hurt you, but I scoop it out. I don't want to eat the pink parts. So that's what happens when it starts to go bad. You can try to like really sterilize your jars and stuff like that. That might buy you a little bit of time, but like it's a quart of yogurt. Eat it. Put it, mix it into your oatmeal. After you take your oatmeal off the stove, mix it into your oatmeal. Because if you cook this, you're going to kill all the beneficial microbiome bacteria, you know, that is the whole probiotic, you know, thing. And that's another reason why I like this is because you're getting the healthy probiotics in a more whole food way rather than just taking them as supplements that some people do. I don't think most people don't need to take probiotic supplements unless they're going through something specific. Otherwise, I wouldn't recommend you take them, but eating healthy yogurt, that's great. Okay, we got lemon, yogurt, we're doing a bunch of talking, I hope you don't mind. We got some minced garlic and black pepper. Check out all what we got here. We got minced garlic, this is our cheater garlic again, some black pepper, a little onion powder and dried dill. I was gonna use fresh, I ultimately decided to go with the dry. Some dry parsley and a little bit of mustard. This is an SOS-Free mustard that Westbury used to make. Fortunately, I bought so many cases of it before they discontinued it, but we are gonna have to figure out how to make that mustard because they got rid of it. Okay.
Oh. Have you tried it freezing?
I'm worried this isn't enough. I think I'm gonna have to increase our amount here. But go ahead, Reeve, sorry.
Have you tried freezing and thawing and then eating the yogurt?
Freezing and thawing it? I don't think that I have.
He's only frozen it to use it as starter again.
Yes, I do that sometimes. You can freeze it and, but they do have this is from the company Cultures for Health, and you can get it on Amazon or on their website, culturesforhealth.com. But it has a few other types of bacteria that weren't listed on that other one. So, you know, everything seems to be just a little bit different. But I keep it in the fridge, and usually I don't need this unless I go for a period of time where I don't have yogurt, and then I have to start from scratch with generation 1 again. Mm-hmm. And did I leave it out because I think I need more? I'm gonna go with, it's too thick, so I want to add a little soy milk. Maybe we'll do that first.
Where can you buy soybeans on the cheap?
I buy them at the Asian market. That's the cheapest place. I can get them for like $5 or $6 for a 5-pound bag. And they're the non-GMO too. And, which may or may not matter to some people. And, but not everybody has an Asian market or an ethnic market, so you might have to buy on Amazon. They're gonna be a little bit more money, but it's still gonna be way less money than if you bought it at the forager stuff. Mm-hmm. There are some other plant-based brands of yogurt these days. I don't really look. I just do this. Let's do a little more soy milk. And well, just a little soy milk as needed just to get your consistency right. I think this is good, actually. I don't think I am gonna have a look up close.
Nice.
I don't think I'm gonna need more than this. So this is our yogurty. This was just a way of doing a slightly less fat compared to if we blended it with cashews, or hemp hearts are a great one that we love to use. The kids can't take nuts to school, so when we want to make sauces, we're doing a lot of hemp hearts now. Mm-hmm. And you can buy hemp hearts at like Costco or any bulk bin, and that works great. Okay, this is a nice big salad. This is going to be lots of servings, especially now that we're adding. I'm going to start with half of this pasta because we did 2 boxes. Remember? I might save this. We'll see. Let's get we might
Denise
need a monster
says,
spoon.
love your show. Nothing is impossible.
Nothing is impossible. Is that what I'm wearing right now? Yeah. So I'm just gonna give this a little mix, get a feel for if I want more pasta or not. Yeah, I kind of do. Once you look at it, you're kind of like, am I seeing enough pasta? I'll throw in one more handful. I'm still gonna call it one of the 8.8 ounce boxes. Yeah, I like that. I love the chickpeas too. That's pretty. Isn't that good? Okay, let's do this. If I have to modify this a little, well, I will, and I'll let you know in the recipe. But I'm definitely gonna use all of it. Need a spatula. And we'll wash that whisk, don't worry.
And if you want an even faster dressing, I would use Well Your World Italian.
I was gonna mention that, yep. We have a Well Your World Italian. One of our first products early on was our Italian dressing, which is amazing. It does come in a bottled sauce, you know, Italian dressing. And it makes the most perfect, you just add that to this and you're done. Okay, let's mix this up and see if we've got enough.
It doesn't look saucy enough.
It's not saucy enough. I'm gonna have to make one more batch. So I think I could have also tasted the dressing before I committed. You know, this isn't, I wasn't too far off.
Oh yeah, once you get mixed in, it's good. I love Well Your World for a pasta salad. It's so simple and delicious, says Beth.
Oh, thank you. Excellent. Okay, that's looking pretty good, honestly, Reeves, don't you think?
Yeah,
it's looking pretty saucy now. I just needed to open up a little.
I get sauce nervousness.
Feel free to make a double batch of sauce, but for the veggies we threw in, I think we're in pretty good shape here.
I have sauce anxiety.
Yeah, she does. That's true. Okay. Let's have a taste.
Monster spoon sauce dress.
Oh, I gotta wash that whisk.
It hides in the spirals. Yes, it sure does, doesn't it?
The sauce?
That's what's nice about the rotini.
That's the easiest way to wash a whisk, is to have a bowl of water and just go shh. It's like Bob Ross with the paintbrush.
That was your best Halloween costume.
I forgot to do that with the paintbrushes. I love when he does that. He goes, he shakes it, he whacks it a couple times, and then he goes on his easel. Who loves Bob Ross here? And what's not to love?
100% of everybody.
What's not to love? Imagine if he was alive during this era. Oh, I wish he was. Okay, Reeves, are you coming over for a taste?
Yeah.
Do you want, oh, black pepper. Black pepper. Did I write black pepper or did I literally? No, I did.
I thought I got it out in a ramekin.
Okay. Black pepper, do you want to do just that pinch of salt? That's all it might need for you salties. Just a little pinch.
For you salties?
Way less than 1/8 of a teaspoon or whatever, like a 32nd of a teaspoon.
That's beautiful. And it's something I can eat right away.
Would you like the first bite since it's like finally something that's not hot?
Yeah. Ooh, we gotta get all the crunchy stuff.
And I used less tomatoes than I thought I would. I could have used the whole pint. Either way.
That's wonderful.
Really? Mm-hmm. It's kind of sour?
No.
Really? I kind of wanted it to be sour.
You want a splash of ACV?
Oh! No, just from the yogurt. Mm. I love it. It might need just a little more sauce is all. Yeah. You might want to make a little extra sauce.
Maybe a little more mustard.
Or I could tone down the size of the salad, because that is a big salad. Why don't I do that instead?
Mm-hmm. We made, yoink.
That's good.
We made some really good lunch options today so far.
How did it come out so big? I didn't think it would come out so big.
You used 2 boxes of pasta, you crazy.
But I didn't actually use it.
Oh! Shows what I was paying attention to. You guys.
This keeps well too, because there's not a bunch of greens to get soggy. This is a really unique dressing and it's very tasty. Pardon me. Love this.
Yeah, it's so good.
It just needs a little more, you're right. Okay, well, in the final recipe, I'll either...
1.5 it.
Yeah, I think I'll just increase the yogurt or something to 3/4 of a cup, and then soy milk as needed.
So I'll take this with me.
The flavoring, the dill and the parsley and stuff, I think is great. I don't think that needs more.
It's really good.
We got one more, but we're gonna do a giveaway first. We're gonna do a giveaway. Okay, and then, you know, try to keep your yogurt in the fridge. That'll make it last the longest. You know, with the cap on so that because this is an incubator now for bacteria. So.
This is so good.
And then I just use that batch for my next batch. So watch it. It's like episode 94, I think, 94, 95. Why do I remember that? I go to that one a lot though, to my recipe. Because that you do want to get your numbers right on that one. In fact, last week, this is a funny story, 0% funny. I wasted 4 quarts of yogurt because I did the water wrong. I did too little water. I did 4 quarts at a time, which by the way, that's a very advanced move. You should do like 1 to 2 quarts at a time when you're just getting started. And I did 4. And when you're cooking 4 quarts of really thick soy milk, it can make quite a mess. But because I didn't use enough water, it wasn't bubbling up as much. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. But what it did do was scorch the pants off of my pot. And that was a tough one. So I had to dump 4 quarts worth of yogurt down the drain because it scorched and then it just tasted burnt. And then I had to scrub my pot for like 30 minutes. So that really sucked. But hey, it happens even to the best of us. The dude that created the recipe can screw up. So just follow the recipe on that and watch my video and it'll go really well. And the next episode after that was a bunch of recipes that we did using the yogurt. And I just think this yogurt is so tasty. And then you can choose to sweeten it, add fruit to make it breakfasty and all these things. So you just have this perfect neutral yogurt. Okay, enough of that. This is lovely.
It's so good.
Okay, Reeves, back to your station. We're gonna do a giveaway.
Okay. I can't wait.
And then we're gonna make the most delicious, simple dessert. You're gonna find it a little bit familiar. And that's why we have the microwave back there. Normally that microwave is in the office. Okay, folks, Reeves, you came up with the most perfect giveaway question, right?
I did?
No, you didn't, but I wish you would have said yes right then.
Sorry.
All right, tell us one of your one of your habits that you're most excited about for your January challenge. Hold on, wait, don't do it yet. Resetting. Okay, now I've reset. So anybody who writes in their challenge habit, one of your habits that you're doing for your January challenge that you're most looking forward to, put it in the chat right now. We're gonna read some of them aloud. You can allow. I'm gonna give you a few minutes, guys. So you don't have to like rush to write one word, but write out your favorite one and we're gonna read a few of them and then you're gonna be in the giveaway list here and we're gonna pick a random winner.
Wow, look at these. Healthy journaling, try and exercise more.
Journaling.
Big salad every day, no potato chips. Counter push-ups and squats.
Excellent.
I like that.
I love that.
Whoa, they're going so fast I can't even read them.
Oh my gosh,
it's like a million miles per hour. Ooh, train for a couch to 5K.
Ooh, nice.
Exercise daily, no chips.
No chips.
Alcohol at all.
No booze, get that booze out. 7,000 steps a day, excellent. Keep it up, keep it up. More
Stop
chopping.
using so much almond butter. That one makes me giggle because that would be me too.
I love it.
Drink 8 glasses of water, no soda and alcohol. No chips. Green smoothies and self-love, no sugar. Ooh, starting
Reeves, you're not even on the screen, sorry.
Oh, I'm just the voice from above. Someone's starting the McDougall program on January 10th.
Nice.
Walking my dog daily, no soda, no added sugar. Compliment someone once a day, I love that one.
Beautiful.
You guys are so creative. I wish I gotta like screenshot the chat to like look at your ideas. I just love it.
Thinking positively, no more beer. No self-judgment. Get more sleep. Yeah, and make sure, tell me, I want, not right now, but make sure you quantify these, okay? What time am I going to bed? Because get more sleep, for example, is, you know, what does that really mean? For me, I can't tell you if the kids are going to wake up in the night and ruin my sleep. That's just the way it goes. I can't control that, so I'm going to pick a habit that I can control. And for sleep, the habit that I can control is what time do I go to bed? I'm not going to say I need a minimum X number of hours of sleep because who knows when I'm getting up tomorrow. But I am going to make sure I'm in bed before midnight. And that for me is, if I do that, I get my check mark. And okay, we have a couple hundred people in here that are in here. Let's choose a winner. Are you ready? Is everybody in? Here we go, here we go, here we go.
I'm ready. These are some great answers.
Patricia Polaroan. That's a cool name. I didn't say it right, I'm sure. Patricia, you have been selected. Did it put it in the chat? Oh, good.
Yeah, it did.
So, Patricia, if we don't have your email, please email us right now, hello@wellyourworld.com. Tell Cassandra that you won and tell us your shipping address. We're sending you a 4-pack of Well Your World soups. We're going to pick 4 soups for you. I hope you love them. And that's awesome. She says, what? Awesome. Send us your mailing address and your email too, so we don't have to ask you for it. And we'll get those in the mail to you by early next week, unless you email right now. Hey, you never know. Oh, it's a little tight for today. But we'll get it back. We'll get it out in the mail on Monday.
Miracles happen.
Pardon?
Miracles happen.
Miracles do happen, and you just won. Thank you so much. All right, so let's make it. Are you guys ready for the greatest dessert? This is so and it doesn't even have to be like dessert. This is kind of could be a little breakfast snack too. Let's get to it. We are making, what are we calling it? I'm gonna get this stuff, hold on. You're gonna be like, what is this guy doing? It makes no sense. These
like,
items are so simple.
Look at the ingredients and guess what it's gonna be.
Okay, look at the ingredients and guess. Okay. Do you remember, who watched the infomercial?
Yeah, were you here for that?
Who watched the infomercial?
Dylan was cooking for like 3 hours straight.
Back in, it was like December 2nd or something, we did an infomercial where we made all kinds of things. We made this cobbler with Well Your World banana pancake mix. It was amazing. It's so good. We got so many emails and comments about it. Thank you so much. It was awesome. Well, guess what we're doing today? We're making a crumble. It's not the same as a cobbler, but it's similar. And these are frozen peaches that I'm just kind of breaking up. So we are making a very easy microwavable crumble. We're going to use some oat flour, rolled oats, some soy milk, some cinnamon, some date powder, and some fruit. That's all that's in this. Write this down. If you join our membership, okay? It's right there. Join our membership. You'll get all these recipes a few hours after the show. We'll be emailing them out. So please join our membership. But here's what you do. Frozen peaches. I haven't let them thaw. I didn't bother. This is, you want to go, you don't have to think ahead, right?
Right.
I gotta be eaten in 10 minutes. This one this is 5 minutes. So I might have gone long on the pasta salad. I'm making up for that right now.
Vicky said, poor Dylan looked pretty weary by the time the infomercial marathon was over.
Could you tell?
But it was great fun for the rest of us.
Could you tell I was getting a little tired at the end? I got a little tired at the end. I didn't even take a pee break.
No, I don't know how you do it.
Okay, y'all, here we go. Ready? I've got a darling little, what is this thing?
It's like well, we use it just for ramekins, but I think it's like a mini souffle.
Okay, well, whatever it is, a mini souffle dish, okay? And a little tiny, you guys, you could do this in a mug, just a regular coffee mug, or a bowl, a old-fashioned bowl. What's wrong with that? We're gonna do it like dorks in a mini souffle dish. Take whatever.
You should do a 24-hour show or something like Woodstock.
The streamers that go for like a year straight.
Oh my God, people do that?
Well, they just have it going like while they're sleeping and stuff. Some of the Twitch streamers.
Weird.
I've never watched it. I just
they
hear
like bring
about
the
it.
stream onto like their date night and everything.
I have no idea. I've never tuned in, but I hear there are people out there that go live for a long time. Okay, not us. Just only 3.5 hours. Today, only about 2. Okay, so here's what I did. This looks like it's too full, but it's gonna thaw down when I microwave this. So I put in peaches. I just plain Jane little sliced peaches, great value. This was the Walmart one. And then we have here the Costco bag of 3-berry blend. And I've just filled up, call it whatever. What is that, a cup, I guess? That's like a cup of berries. Mm-hmm. Throw them in your bowl, and now we're gonna go over here to our temporary microwave location. And this one is, I'm gonna do quick 30, because this is a 1200 watt microwave. It's very strong. Oh, I need to hit start.
This is the first time using that microwave.
No, we used it once on the show before.
Yeah, we did actually. We made some good microwave
We did a whole
meals.
microwave episode, right? Mm-hmm. I have a few peaches left. That I'm gauging now because I practiced this one, but in my regular microwave, but I don't have access to my microwave because all of the gear is in the way. My main microwave is right here. It's a drawer. Okay, that's going to be 30. Let's see if it needed more, because on mine I did 45. That's probably good. I'm gonna do 10 more.
Ooh,
Call it 30 to 45 seconds to thaw the fruit. Of course, if you're using fresh fruit or thawed fruit, you don't have to do this step. Okay. Now we've got our thawed fruit. Now I do need another bowl. That's not where the bowls go, bro. What are you talking about? And a fork. Sometimes it's a mirror image to me, you know?
Yeah.
And here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just combine all these things. We've got some rolled oats, regular old rolled oats. We've got some oat flour. We've got some milk. This is soy milk. Actually, we'll put that in the end. Here's some date powder. That was like a quarter cup. I shouldn't tell you this because I'm trying to get you to sign up. A couple teaspoons of date powder, about a quarter teaspoon of cinnamon. You can mix that together a little if you want. It doesn't matter that much. Throw in about a quarter cup of milk, soy milk, and we're just going to mix this up into a crumbly topping. This is not the same as my oven cobbler. The texture is completely different, and it's still like kind of raw, and the oats are a little bit chewy. But I love that. If you've never done that, you should try this ASAP. You know what I'm going to do with this, folks. You know what I'm going to do with it.
What you gonna do?
We're just mixing all that up. Throw it on top. Yeah, you know, is everybody freaking out yet? Better be. Look at that. You can jam it in a little bit with your fork and get it right into that fruit. But ultimately, just spread it on top is all that you really need to do. Okay, ready for another 45 seconds? Let's do this. We'll do 40
Heck
again.
yeah. I'm really glad that you tried this out 4 times before the show, because then I had breakfast.
It took me like 4 or 5 times to get the numbers right. Yeah, we invented this one this morning. Okay, where's all our dishes? I want to get them all out too. There's our salad. Let's bring this back to life with a little toss. Our minestrone. I didn't do like 4 minutes, did I? Okay. Time moves slow when you're waiting.
Could you bake this?
Pardon?
Could you bake this?
Oh, sure, but you know, I'm just trying. We did that on our infomercial, so go to our infomercial one, and you can see how to do a baked version. This is a little different. I mean, if you bake it, you're gonna get something different. I didn't put like baking powder or anything in this. Check this thing out. Look at this beautiful little crumble. What did I microwave fruit crumble is what I wanted to call it. There you go.
Whoa.
And it still has like the spots around the edges are what really gets kind of cooked. In the middle, it still stays a little bit soft, but it's nice and warm.
Love this cobbler recipe idea. I always crave something while watching late night TV.
Okay.
Is this okay?
I'm so glad you said that.
Let me also ask this. Is this okay for someone who's trying to lose weight?
Well, yes, but anything that tastes really, really good to you is going to cause you to want to eat it over and over and over. So yeah, there's nothing in here that's particularly high calorie density. It's oats, it's oat flour. You know, some people avoid flours because that alone is rich enough that it makes you overeat or get more calories than you intended. But it's got the date powder. I didn't add any fats. I didn't add nut butter, which you could definitely add a dollop of peanut butter to this to make it even richer. And it's just fruit. So there's nothing that isn't in the, you know, whole starches and whole fruit category except the date powder, and we use 2 teaspoons of it. And you can leave it out. I mean, it's already sweet. So going back to the person, we're gonna taste it. Going back to the person who said late night snack, this is a great late night snack. So much better than grabbing a bag of some garbage out of the pantry, like those stinking hungry hunks from the Costco. I can't eat any of those. What are they called?
Hungry hunks.
That's what they're called. So this is a more of a late night snack that's not going to get you into so much trouble, but still tastes so good, and it's limited. You're going to eat this and you're done. You're not going to probably get up and make another. I mean, you might get up and make another one, but like because you had to do a little bit of effort, I think that it's going to keep you from overdoing it. That's my goal. That's my whole goal with this. So I'm so excited that the first comment that came up was that. And now, Reebs, would you love to join me for a quick taste? Even though you've had this 5 times today.
You know, I
got to get closer for
Nancy
you to see
says,
this.
so much fun today. I had to read that one out loud.
Thank you, Nancy. Look at this thing. Look at me start to break it. Like, it's clearly, you know, dried out, kind of like we intended, and got some crusty spots. And 45 seconds? Are you serious? It's a miracle.
My camera's on.
You can do the first.
Oh, me? You put a little banana and ice cream on top or something like that?
Bananas would be really good in this. I didn't think of that. Bananas as the berries. Any berries.
Why is it so good?
I don't know. You're like, why does it taste like there's peanut butter in it?
It does taste like there's almond butter in here or something. Amazing. We have a new dessert.
Yeah. And the peaches. Oh, I just love.
Ooh, you got a big peach.
I love frozen peaches. I'm afraid if it's hot though. Just the denseness.
It's perfect. This is perfection.
I love just like the texture of the rolled oats.
Yeah,
when
with
they've been
the oat
cooked
flour.
just a little like that.
It's really something.
It's not like oatmeal. This isn't like an oatmeal texture. Oatmeal texture is like soft.
Yeah.
This is like, really it is kind of cobblery. It's cobblery. It's crumbly. That is awesome. That's one of my favorite things we've ever made. Not just because it tastes good, but because of how useful it can be for people that are trying to not eat junk. Let me just finish this bite. So, okay, I'm trying to finish the bite, not start another one. Dang, that is so good.
Have you ever taken a bow on the show?
I think we've probably taken a bow.
Should I do a curtsy?
What is a proper bow? Do I put my arms? You're a dork. That's what you are. Y'all, we did 4 tasty 10-minute meals today. Were they 10? Were they 8? Were they 12? I don't know. But they were really fast and easy meals, and that's the whole point. First, we did this beautiful curried chickpea salad at the beginning of the show, and we actually ended up making it into a wrap because you guys said so. So we put it in a little piece of lavash, and we enjoyed it as a wrap. So good. Actually, one of the best curry salads I've had. Then we did the minestrone. We'll get to that, but we then did this. This is our pasta salad that we made with a yogurt sauce to try to cut down the fat from doing it with nuts or something like that. This is a yogurty dressing that came out really delightful. Such a good pasta salad. We made the minestrone soup. Here it is. I still have it just on low, and I need to add water now because look how much it's thickened. Now we have a nice thick stew with these veggies just right. Oh, perfect. I love it. And then we did, of course, this genius 45-second cobbler.
Wow.
And you can't beat that. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We will be sending out these recipes to everybody who has signed up for our show. There's a link right there, wellyourworld.com/cooking show. It's completely free to sign up right now for the month of January. You'll get 2 shows per part of your month. Today, obviously. You'll get the recipes, and then our show 2 weeks from today will be back for another show. And this time we're going to be making your favorite 10-minute meals. Maybe we'll tweak them, maybe we won't. Maybe you're so good at this that you're going to make it the easiest show I've ever done. But Cass, if you could throw the link one more time into the chat with the 10-minute meals contest. We're doing a contest, taking your 10-minute meals. There it is for you. Oh, that's the free trial link. She'll get you, there's the 10-minute meals link. That's where you can submit your favorite 10-minute meal, and maybe we'll make it on the show in a couple weeks, or maybe we'll make it in a YouTube video. You never know.
Maybe we'll make it for dinner.
And don't forget, you've got a 10% discount. We've got our cookbooks on sale right now. I know if you come back to this replay a month from now, the cookbooks aren't going to be on sale, so get it while you're here. Sign up for the membership first, then you're a member. Then you get a 10% discount. So now you go back to the store to buy the cookbooks that are already discounted, and you get to stack your 10% discount on top of that. So don't miss out. That's the best way to get a deal on our products. And we'll be doing lots of other bundles and discounts this month. Next Thursday, we'll have a new deal. So get set up with your membership now so you're ready for all of the deals that we're going to be doing. And thank you so much for your support. I hope that we've helped you with something today, and that is to make it so fast and easy to stick to a healthy plant-based diet that why wouldn't you just do it? Reeves, anything to add?
It's so much fun hanging out with everybody in the chat, and if you're watching the replay, I'm glad you're watching that too. Thanks
for being with us. We love you. We love this show. We love being here together with everybody in the live chat. Have a very, very happy new year to all. And let's just make it a great year, okay? Let's do it together, too. I don't want to just say Happy New Year and then say it again next year. Keep coming back. I want to see you here. We love you. Take care. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.